G'day folks, welcome to another PTP Fishing and another unboxed episode. So as I mentioned in the last video, I was at AFTA. I got to see a whole heap of new products. Some are new and some are just new to me. So this video today is, well, it's not all about it, but it's predominantly about these guys here. So Noike Soft Plastics, you've seen me use them plenty of times. I caught up with the boys from Your Outdoor Experience, Simon and Glenn, and I didn't realise that there was quite a few more than I was actually aware of. So there's a couple of new colours in the various ones. The Maccabee, which you know I love so much, there's a really cool colour there. The other lure that I use a lot, or other soft plastic I use a lot, is the Wobble Shad. We've got a few new colours in that and some surprising ones in that one as well. But the shape that I really wasn't aware of is this guy here. That's the Smoking Swimmer. Again, it's sort of a 3-inch little paddle tail plastic, but it's got a different kick to it. The tail's got like a little fluke or whatever you want, and that just makes the tail kick a little bit more. So haven't had a chance to use these guys yet. Looking forward to doing that today. Predominantly going to use those, as I've said to you in the past, they're more of a finesse style soft plastic, so thinner profile, smaller profile, really good with the lighter jig heads. So when I'm fishing shallow water, when I'm doing the brim stuff, they should do the trick. The waterway I'm on today though, there is some deeper water. More than likely I'll use the heavy hitter from Crush City, the Rapala plastic in those areas where I need a heavier jig head, something that'll get to the bottom a little bit quicker. Anyway, I'm doing too much talking. I hope you enjoy the video. Welcome to another PTP Fishing. I've got something. It's hard to know what this is. Oh, flathead. Oh, look at that. Oh, not a bad flathead either. So what I've got this morning is a very, very big incoming tide. Very big incoming tide. So there's a lot of spots out of the water that aren't normally out of the water. So I started somewhere where I thought there would be a bit deeper water, and there wasn't. So I just come to this edge here, and I'm pretty stoked with this. Good way to start. Oh, if he comes into the net, which he has, there's the first fish on one of these Noike plastics. So what a great way to start the morning. And there's that Noike plastic in the fish's mouth. That's a Wobble Shad, so that's a colour I hadn't seen before. Thought I'd give it a try. That's a most probably mid to high 40s flathead. Yeah, great way to start in an area I've never caught a fish here before. So as I said, I've got a very big incoming tide, so going to be fishing spots that I've not tried before, do a little bit of experimenting until there's enough water where I know that I should catch some fish. So great way to start the morning. Let's see if we can do that again. So I threw that hard up against that bank over there, so let's try that again, he says. Oh. know what that is. Might be a flathead, but the line just took off. What is that? Oh, big flathead. Oh dear. This is problematic. Well, it's not problematic. I've got him on. The question will be is, can I keep him on? This is a big fish. Big fish. I don't know how much of the camera picked that up, but my line just didn't go to the bottom. It went to the left. So I thought, oh, I shouldn't be doing that. This is a big fish though. Look at the boil just there. Oh yeah, wow. Cracker of a fish. This is where I've just got to take my time here. Because until this fish has kind of calmed down a fraction, I'd rather he's just dogging it out like he is at the moment. Oh, wow, that's a good fish. Like, it's not monster status, but definitely a good one. Oh, come on. Again, I'll say this many times in the videos, the key with this is I just need to keep a bend in the fishing rod and don't stir this fish up too much, because if I stir him up too much, he may even bite through my line. But for the moment, because he's got this well down there, he's now in the net. Oh, okay buddy, okay. Settle down. Hey, look at that. That'd be definitely in the 60s, that fish. I'm hoping I can show you that lure in there, but he's absolutely inhaled that. That's what we came out here to do, is catch fish like this. Oh, again, very rare that I'm speechless in these videos, but I'm fishing an area that I've never fished before. So to have some success and to do it as quickly as I have is just really exciting. It's also really exciting to get a fish like this to the boat because, as you can see, it's right in there. I'm only fishing sort of lightish leader. There's only 10-pound leader there, and it's quite a light jig head. So yeah, so all in all, a fish like that to the boat is a cracking result. I'll get that soft plastic out of there, the wobble shad out of there, pop a tag in this guy, and I'll come back and tell you how big it is, but I reckon it's a 60+ centimetre flathead. Okay, one more look at that fish. 63.5 centimetres, so far too good to catch once. If I'm going to keep fish, I generally keep them in that sort of 45 to 55 centimetre size bracket. Great result, and that new colour in the wobble shad, absolute cracker. You know, let's get this girl back. See ya. Beautiful. Well, that was pretty exciting, and what's even more exciting is that lure. So it's a Noike 3-inch wobble shad. I'll put the colour in the description around me, and I hope you can see that. But when I was trying to get that out of the fish's mouth, the hook broke. So another reason why not to go too hard on these fish sometimes. Anyway, that's definitely a re-rig job. But the new colour in the wobble shad works a treat. So you may ask, why did I choose this spot? Well, I'm hoping you can see that current line there, and current lines generally mean areas where bait fish can be disorientated. And they tend to be good hunting grounds for these flathead and other predators. So that's why I sort of came over here and had a look. I was a little bit surprised it took as long as it did to get a bite, to be honest with you, because it does look good here. But I've got my cracking fish. I'm already having fun, and it's very, very early in the session. Bugger. So I came in to retrieve that snag lure that you just saw me do, and it wasn't a snag lure at all. I've come over here on the electric, and that's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Oh. Sometimes you just got to have a laugh, don't you? So as I was saying before, it is very much about adapting and overcoming. The water has just got filthy dirty. I have no idea why that's happened. We haven't had rain, we haven't had any of those things, but so I was just throwing that hard body up into the shallows, basically just prospecting. And there you go, that's what's jumped all over my atomic brim shad. I must admit, I thought I'd hooked a mangrove root or something like that, but as I mowed it over, it just took off. So there it is. I have nothing else to say. Well, that was a bit of a crazy circumstance, wasn't it? Just figured I'd hooked a mangrove root or something stuck on the bottom like that, and yeah, went over and it was a fish. Anyway, I was going to say lightning nearly struck twice there. Anyway, I've caught a fish, which I did not really expect to, but then again, you just never know your luck in this situation, do you? Like I said, the water over here is a little bit cleaner than where I was. And there's certainly slightly less run in the tide as well, which most probably is helping me at the moment. But yes, we've caught another fish. Right, so the adaptation continues. Now doing a little bit of trolling. I don't think I've caught a monster this time round, but I've only trolled literally from the end of that little bit of, I think he's just, no, he hasn't. I've just trolled from pretty much where you can see the trees over there to here, and I've caught my first fish. There you go, he's not a monster, but hey, we're catching fish. So when plan A turns to plan B, turns to plan C, and then to plan D, you go and have a bit of a troll. That's a Xerix Tango shad in there. Synonymous with catching flathead when you're trolling these lures. Fantastic option. Lots of really good colours. It's a UV green colour that's in there now. I'm going to try and catch some bigger ones. So there he is, 41 centimetres, Thanks for playing. See ya. There's fish number 2 on the trolling. And oh, geez, it doesn't feel like a big fish, but it's actually quite a good fish. Now it's playing up. Just come in this net, please. Thank you. There we go. That's not as small a fish as I thought. So it's been a bit of a disjointed session so far, but that was a bit of a surprise. When that fish hit, it looked tiny. Or it felt tiny, I should say, not looked tiny. That's a 50 centimetre flathead. Great little fish, and it's not the first time trolling is sort of saved a session for me, but I guess I've never really put it on camera. So 50 centimetre flathead, and this is the lure that's doing the damage. So that is a Azeric Tango Shad. Pretty sure it's in the UV green colour or UV prawn colour, one of those two. Anyway, Tango Shads, great range of colours, as I said before. And these things work a treat if you want to go trolling for flathead. Certainly can change your session, and certainly it's proving itself just in this little shallow flat here. So a quick explanation of the trolling is I'm trying to sit in between 4 or 4.5 feet of water, reasonable cast back, holding the rod because I want to feel the lure hitting the bottom. It's very much like when you're casting a hard body. You want to feel that lure tapping the bottom every now and again, and I just troll at the depth. You can go with the current, you can go against the current, it doesn't really matter too much, but certainly can be very effective. As you've seen, I've picked a couple of fish up in what I would consider to be the worst part of the tide. We're sort of sitting at that very top of the tide. Good way to cover some water, good way to catch a couple more fish until this tide turns, and hopefully I can go and do a bit more casting, but I've got to find some cleaner water than I have so far. But yeah, a little bit of trolling for now. See if I can get another one. What's going on here? I wasn't even going to film this because it felt like it was just an absolutely tiny fish. But, oh my goodness me, that's not a tiny fish at all. That was the most subtle bite. And again, I've just got to take it easy with this fish because I just cannot believe that this fish is this big. Oh, no, stay away from that motor. Look at that. Oh. Oh. Okay, come into this net, please. Thank you. Well, wow. I was sworn. Oh, and it's a tag fish. Even cooler. So super stoked that I turned the camera on now. There it is, tag fish GO7787, 53 centimetre flathead. I don't think it's one of my tags. I don't generally tag the flathead on that side of the tail, I tag them on the other side of the tail, so that's somebody else's, I would suggest. But GO7787, recaptured, released. See you, buddy. Off you go. Did he come off? No, he's still there. It has been a tough old day. Certainly none of my initial plans have really come to play. I'm not really sure what this is. Might be a rim. tough old day. Can't smash them every single time you go out, but today has definitely been harder than I expected it to be. So there we are. And that's going to be the end of this PTP fishing. Haven't really highlighted those soft plastics the way I wanted to, the Noike lures, the different colours. I guess I caught a few fish on them early, but Mother Nature had other ideas today, so that's going to have to be it. As I was just saying, every session doesn't go to plan, and certainly today didn't go to plan, but hey, I still eked out a few fish, still enjoyed myself, still put a few tags and some fish, and got that recapture, which I'm really excited about. So it'll be interesting to see whose fish that was, how big it was when it was tagged, and then see who catches it next. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, don't forget, like, subscribe, help me grow the channel, and I'll catch you next time from PTP Fishing. See ya! So there the last fish is, 280, 260, 580. See ya!